Oh no, but how was your week, man? Seriously.
Um, I got to try out the prototype and got some good feedback on it. This revision is going to be the most intensive, I want to say. Like, as of right now, I got 50 tiles to make, and I kind of want to think of a few more. So it'll put me a little over, but the main reasons why it's going to be the biggest changes, it's not even like big changes, it's just more hey stupid go this way signs that
I
I'm
need a lot of
adding into the
those.
game because they're still not engaging with the full game, and that's kind of on design as I was looking over all my shit, because visually and components wise it doesn't look like much is there. It just kind of looks like, hey, get in there and beat each other up. But there is a whole underlying strategy other than just that.
Dude,
And they're
I could
wondering why they're
describe
not
my
having a
brain
good
as the same way.
time. And they're wondering why they're not having a good time. And that's the reason why. I'm like, well, because you're only engaging with half of the fucking game. But I
Yep.
can't tell them that because that sounds mean. So I take their feedback and I run it through my experience filter, what I want to deliver, and I put my spin on it. They weren't engaging with the tiles. One person said, I just keep forgetting about them. I don't know how. They're big freaking orange tiles, not orange, yellow, bright yellow tiles. And the other guys, he was new to it. He's like, I kind of just didn't know what to do with them. And he never even bothered to look at them. I was watching him, he didn't even once consider them. So I'm like, you pretty much just forgot about him too. You're just saying it differently,
Yeah.
in my brain. So what I deduce from both of them, I'm like, oh, more tiles. So that's why I got to make 50 tiles, because now I'm going to make them draft them at setup, and you're only going to get four instead of six. So you're going to have to think about them. And I'm changing the name of them. They were just action tiles. They're going to be strategy tiles. Yeah? Yeah?
Boom, baby, right there. That's how it explodes. Right there. That's the game-changing evolve element to it. I really hope I scared the shit out of some podcast or listeners that were not expecting that.
Yeah. I just, I really hope that helps. Like, oh, strategy. There's strategy word. Think strategy.
You always gotta think
Hey, stupid,
strategy.
go this way. Hey, stupid, go this way. Don't think beat rock stick.
Well, that's like, when they always tell you, like, in a maze, basically, always, like, choose the same, what's it called? Like, if you go left, keep going left or something like that. Or it's something
Yeah, just
similar to the
follow the
maze.
wall.
Yeah, like, follow the
Follow the
wall.
wall.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I feel like
Choose
that's,
one
like, the
wall
same
and
kind of
follow
thing.
it.
Yeah, like, you can do that with so many different games. Because that's how I almost always would play against you when we play board games. Like you would tell me like certain strategies or like certain ways of beating you, and I'd be like, I'm gonna beat him this one way. This is the one way. This is it. I'm focusing on that. But even then, like we would still have a great time because,
Yeah,
especially with the way that we play, you would actually make me sometimes have to realize, well, shit, I'm gonna have to beat him a different way because you would beat my
yeah,
ass the first couple of times we played it.
yeah. And like, because I figured out your strategy and I got a better strategy for
And that's
it.
where my
Like,
wild cardness started coming in. I was like, what if I just
yeah. Because regardless, I played a lot of chess. Chess was pretty much my first board game. The main thing about chess, predict your opponent's next move. I take that to everything I do.
I mean, no, it's like the smartest way to take on life. I mean, you should always think of just about any situation you take on as a chess move. I mean, you gotta think like, I make this move, what are they gonna do, and how do I react to
Yeah. In other words, as I like to think about it, like, what are the possible repercussions of this?
it? If I do this, am I fucked? Like,
Well, how bad is it on the bad scale? If it doesn't rate too high bad, I'm probably going to do it.
story of my life. I
Yeah.
mean,
The bad scale is just bad behavior. If you know what bad behavior is, that's my bad scale.
you know, I feel like that's one of those like things that almost sometimes made me like feel like a bad person sometimes is especially because like when you're young and you don't know, what I mean, from the experiences of being a human being yet, and you just don't know like the morality of things. Like now that okay, I'm going on a tangent here. Just thinking about like little things that we did when we were kids, not knowing what it kind of meant. Like I don't know. There's sometimes I look back at that stuff. I'm like, wow, like I should feel really horrible about that. But at the same time, I did not know any better. And if I had this mentality now, I definitely would not be doing. I would probably would be like, what the hell are you doing? like,
Yeah, I think about that with some things, but other things I'm totally fine.
oh yeah, some of them,
I,
but
I don't I don't see the world as black and white. It's very much filled with gray for me. That's why bad
oh yeah,
behavior is on scale.
a hundred
Like
percent.
like like I call it bad behavior so other people know what the fuck I'm talking about. To me, it's just behavior. like
Yeah, I mean
like
that's one of the
like
biggest things.
yeah, and then outcomes of behavior because every action has an equally and opposite reaction. So that's what the scale's for.
And yeah, like that's like one of the worst parts though too is like because I've learned that like you'll do something for somebody, right? And you'll be doing this completely out of a thought that that person will appreciate you for doing that. And then it completely flip flops, and they get mad at you. You're like, "Why the fuck would you blah blah?" And it's like, oh, "I thought you would have liked." And that's only happened to me like with a very few, not very like huge things or anything like that, but like small things like that, like where you try to predict somebody's outcome for how they'll react to it, and you end up being completely wrong, and you're like, "Oh God."
Yeah. Like the only time I really did something like that is when I was working a bunch of weekends and I covered this one dude thinking he was going to cover me, but then he never was going to. I gave him a weekend off, so eventually, hey, down the road when I need one, got my back, you know. He never was going to do that. So,
I don't know. I guess I'm also in this like stupid mentality because I've been reading Game of Thrones a lot lately. So, and like a lot of that book is they're like, oh well, they're gonna do this because I do that, and then you get to the next chapter and you're just sitting there with your mouth wide open, like they did what? Huh?
I mean,
Like
that's a dramatic story, of course. Of course they're going to do that.
I expect drama with how I was raised, I guess, because I learned that if you were raised with a traumatic kind of past, and I'm not saying like I'm trauma ridden or anything, but I had a horrible mother, to say the least, and so it's like when you expect things to go wrong or you like see things going wrong, you almost actually make them go wrong by self sabotage, which was my biggest problem for a long time in my life because I just kept looking for something to go wrong. Or I'd expect something to go wrong and I would manifest it and then out of nowhere it would appear. And so like that's where I kind of drew that line with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I understand it because I guess I do that, but I don't do it because I'm looking for something. I do it because I'm fucking bored.
All right. I mean, that's a whole different stance than me. I'm doing it because I'm absolutely terrified that, let's say it was like a relationship thing. I'm absolutely terrified that person's gonna get bored of me, or like they're like, um, oh, the worst scenario, and I hate to bring it up because it makes me look like such a pussy, but um, one of them was my mom would always be late to pick me up, when I was a kid to basically bring us over for the weekend or just hang out or see us. And multiple times it was because she had been stopped by the police and actually been taken to jail. Not multiple, but like there's a couple of times. And even beyond that, it was just she would text 6 hours later. And she's like, "I'm sorry, I was just too sick to come. I didn't want to come and get you." Which too sick to come was she was fucking what would you call it?
Withdrawing.
Withdrawing. And I pulled that on a girl actually. Her brother actually had bought a house and like they were like fixing it up, and she was to come over on like a Sunday or something like that, and she was like an hour and a half late. And I just texted, "You're not coming. You're not coming." Just like a sour ass little pissy kid. Ugh, I wish I could take it back. I do. Ugh. Every time I look back at it, I'm like, what a little bitch.
That's understandable.
But no,
I
no.
would
But
take
she ended
jokes
up
too
showing up. That's
far.
the worst part. She showed up, and I had to sit there and basically just be like, "Oh yeah, like you're awesome, you're amazing," and like I never apologized for being an asshole about that you're not coming. I never once apologized about that. Like I was just when she showed up, I was like, "Oh yeah, you're here, awesome, thank you."
To
And
be fair, she
ugh,
didn't ask for an apology, so
she shouldn't have to have asked for an apology. I was an asshole without her asking for me to be an asshole. She had no reason for being
did
an
she ever
asshole.
bring it up that it hurt her feelings at that point in time, or later on, like shortly thereafter,
Well, she
like
did in the text
you know,
that
in
she
the
sent
next
back. She was
following
like,
day?
she did say in a text actually, like she sent back and I said, "You're not coming." She's like, "I'm literally on the way right now." Blah blah blah. I say blah blah because I really cannot remember what came after that. But it was like after this reading, "I'm literally on the way right now." Made me right there feel like the asshole because it was like, "You're not coming." She's like, "I'm literally on the way right now," and she was. She literally showed up less than 20 minutes later, and so it was like,
And if it's over
"You're an
text,
asshole."
she read it like you're not coming. Like there's several ways. You shouldn't feel like an
No, no,
asshole.
because I
You
sent it, and the way that she read it was the way I sent it. I said, "You're not coming." And she read it that way because the way that she texted that back, she read it right. She did. She got the exact
well, that's
tone
how
that
I
I was
would have
sending.
played it off. I would
And
have played it off the other way.
I think I tried to, but at the end of the day, I think she knew because she could read me, and I told her a lot about my past. And I think is what I just was still dealing with trying to get over all of that. I think, and so I couldn't have expected her to understand a lot of that. But you know what? Let's move on beyond that. We got something else to do. We are already 12 minutes into this recording. That's right. We are recording, Smitty. And so I'm going to go ahead and do our classic old intro. And I am your man, Twisted G, introducing you to the Smitty Smitzilla. But before he introduces himself, this is the Stumblebums podcast, where we are crazy and we may not last, but
But this is Schmitty Schmitzilla acting surprised that Gabe didn't say uh I hope I didn't scare any of the audience that with that, sound I made and then continued to talk like we weren't recording.
hey,
Surprise.
yeah, I
So
knew that you
you
caught
gave
that. I
me
saw it on your
something back
face.
a long time ago in Studio Bum Diggity because we are back with this very special not New Year's Eve, Merry Christmas Eve
Merry
episode.
Christmas! Even though Christ was born in fucking spring, but let's not talk about it.
And that, happy holidays, all viewers. We're back. Enjoy.
Happy holidays, actually. This is a brand new shirt I got today. ACDC back in black. Perfect. I love it. Ah.
Yeah.
So
I
how.
got
Oh,
board game for my aunt, and Seeker got a bunch of squeaky toys.
damn right Seeger did. He'll get my squeaky toy
And,
if you know what I mean.
and some filters for his fountain, which is much needed because those are expensive.
So, alright. I got a crazy one to start us off here. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Alright, so would you rather your wife be the most beautiful, funny, and interesting person that you could ever like ask for, right? But she has to
Uh-huh.
have either my voice or your mom's voice, or even your dad's. Like somebody like is just like crazy level. You have to pick what voice would they have. It's gonna be like your mom, your dad, your best friend, like something like that. Like, and you have to pick one. I'm gonna say that your mom, your dad, or your best friend, or even mine. I'm not gonna say your best friend because I know your best friend is.
It has to be one of those.
It has to be one. Mine, your best friend, your mom, or your dad. That is the voice that the absolute most perfect woman you could ever meet would have that you will marry and love for the rest of your life?
I'd rather just stay fucking single. But if I would have to freaking choose, the only female voice in there is my freaking mom's. So it was have to be that one because I ain't gonna listen to a fucking dude speak to me all the time, and especially ain't gonna be you if we're gonna stay doing this podcast. Like I'm gonna get a double dose of Twisted G. No thanks. So I would choose my mom, but you did not take flashbangs off the table. So I would instantly go to the gun store, buy a flashbang. I would go to the hardware store, buy a 20-gallon bucket. I will I would detonate the flashbang in bucket with my head in there, causing me to go permanently deaf.
You just put earplugs in, brother.
No.
Oh, I gotta make my decision.
And then I would have to do this podcast like
Oh, all right, I gotta make my
sorry if I
decision
offended
now.
anybody
So,
knowing sign language. I could have done some gang signs, but that would be even worse.
all right. So my options, since his were those, mine would be my mom, my dad, him, or my best friend. My God, actually, this is. I hate myself for asking this question.
Can't take my answer. Causing yourself to be permanently deaf is off the
I
table. I
don't.
took it.
Oh, okay. Mm. I thought you were saying your mom, because I was not gonna pick my mom. I would never want my mom, at least.
No,
That
I'm just
sounds
saying.
okay. Hang on a minute.
Just the death, be making yourself permanently deaf. I stole that. I stole that. I stole that. I stole that out.
Dude, this is actually a hard one. I mean, yeah, the feminine voice is a big thing, but at the same time, you said deaf. I feel like I could like mash like 4 packs of earplugs in my ears, and then put like the lawn mowing like headgear on, and not hear a thing, and envision whatever voice I want. And so, Cameron, guess what, buddy? You're the voice I'm picking, pal. Because I'm definitely not hearing my dad, and I'm definitely not hearing Smitty's fucking laugh ass.
Yeah, that would probably be the only bad part about choosing mine is yeah, you got to put up with that. It's even worse in public.
Oh, I know. I've been with you in public. Not
I
been with
try
him.
to annoy people in public when I do laugh. See, this is that another part that lining up with what we were talking about earlier. I just cause shit
He does
sometimes.
cause shit. Like, dude, literally, okay, so I had this one guy that was really always polite to me at the Clark station in the town that we live at. And he would like give me like discounts on bongs and all different kinds of smoking gear and stuff. And he even let me buy alcohol after hours when I was underage, actually, too, at the time, even. But literally, Smitty almost ruined it for me one night because he shorted him a 5. And I feel like he was innocent. He felt bad about it because he even told me about how bad he felt about afterwards. But dude, Smitty was just like going off. I was like, "You fucking Indian motherfucker!" Blah blah, trying to shortchange me and steal my money. Like, check the cameras. Check the
Fucking
cameras.
believe in me. And then he used the freaking lifeline.
And that's what it was. The lifeline was the guy that I like, the one that would give me the discount. And he was like trying to say, and you were being an asshole to him. And I was like, Smitty, no,
That
calm down.
lifeline is from Make a Millionaire. He called a friend. He phoned a friend. He used a lifeline.
Yeah, no, the lifeline that he used though was the guy that I'm talking about though. He's like the one that was nice to me and would like do the nice things for me. And so that's where I was
When
like,
he
Smitty,
did
calm
that,
down.
he
Like,
did that, he fucked
don't
up.
don't get mad at this guy. This guy's good. Don't get like, because he did. He ended up giving you that $5. The guy that I like.
Yeah, after they had to check the cameras, reveal the gameplay footage,
Well,
and a lifeline got used.
well, he wasn't there to see it, and I mean, you know, what I mean, they do get
Point
sacks of
out the
shits in
fact
there.
that it was
And I
also
mean, if I take one
Not
fucking
New
look at you,
Year's
I
Day.
think you're
It
a sack of
was
shit. I mean, what?
It was the 4th of July. We were clearly all miserably fucked up. I accidentally handed him I overpaid him, you know,
As we do on 4th of
because I,
July when we're fucked up.
yeah, expecting to get my change back, because I'm just like, oh, it was a little bit this, these bills cover it. Now just give me my fucking money because I just grabbed whatever. He's seen all of us inebriated as fuck and tried getting one on me, and I was fucked up. I wasn't that fucked up. So
Yeah.
yes, drugs were involved. We were fucked up on
Yeah, yeah,
alcohol.
they were.
Of course, I went off when someone's trying to steal my shit.
Man, I gotta adjust some volume settings here. I'm getting some crispness back from not just your voice, but my own. I want to say that helped. Maybe not. Maybe it did.
It's fired up, reminded me of when that dude tried stealing my money.
You mean me?
I'm highly encourageable.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
No, actually, that's like one of the things too. Like Smitty was like one of the second person only in my life that ever actually like trusted me to just be like, yeah, man, you just walk right in my house. I trust you enough. Because for like the first like what was it, like I would say like half a year, I would always like walk up and like knock on your door and you'd be like, yeah, come on in. But then after that, like it was just basically literally you were just like, just fucking walk in, dude. Like just everyone in the house trusted me. You trusted me.
I mean, board games tell a lot about people. You would play games like a good guy. That's what good guys do.
And I never
Like,
cheated. I
if you're a
and my dad
cynical
taught me that,
jackass as
man.
me, you play games like I do. Like,
Well, my dad taught me that, man. You don't win something when you cheat. You didn't win when you cheated. You didn't win. You cheated.
yeah, yeah,
And to me, that's what stealing from somebody kind of is too. It's the same aspect. You cheated.
yeah.
You
But
didn't
there's
fucking
also
win.
just like aggressive ways to play a game and a nice way to play a game. Even in the cooperative games, you are like over cooperative. Like,
That's that Captain America coming out in me, baby.
yeah, like that's especially in the cooperative games. That's when you really get to see it. Like me, I'm kind of like I'll help the group a little bit, but I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to.
Smitty was a Slytherin, basically. If it came down to fucking Hogwarts houses, Smitty was a Slytherin. I'm a damn Gryffindor. Let it be known. But we're
Yeah,
still
like
best friends. Look at that. We're like Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy became boyfriend. I mean, best friends.
to
I will
do what
keep
I
doing it because that negative comment we got.
willing participants. So I
No, I'm just gonna keep doing like gay jokes and shit because of that negative comment we got. That has been reported, so that none of you guys have to see it. It was very, very homophobic and very offensive against transgenders, even because apparently somebody thinks that either Smitty or I are a transgender.
vote in chat.
Vote in the
Who's
chat, yeah.
who's
Which one of us is the transgender? Which one of us looks more fucking feminine?
more trans?
I think I
Cold
would be more
Steel,
pretty as a
Cold
woman.
Steel,
I think I would be more
Cold
pretty as
Steel
a woman
pose,
because I don't have these fucking things in my lips.
Cold Steel pose, Cold Steel, both. All right, dead air, dead air. Hold still. Push out your lips.
Oh!
We gotta look trans.
I just pulled it. Oh god, my hair.
Zoolander, Cold Steel. You ain't never seen?
Hell no. I'll just do my pose. No, I really don't like. I'm so bad at taking pictures. Dude, the best picture I
I
ever
never
took
got to
was when the
see the
sun set,
comment. I want to
erased my
know
face.
what part of that conversation made him leave that, and which pod it was in.
I
Was it
want
in
to.
the most recent one?
Okay, so I deleted it, but I can tell you if I look at the like videos, which one it most likely was, because it was not an old one. It was like a more recent one, but not the newest one. That makes so much sense, right? Hit us with a
You say a
topic
lot.
though, Smitty. Hit us with a topic while I do this, so that we don't have dead air.
Yeah, I gotta pull up my shit.
I gotta pull up
I'm
my. You
pulling
should have had
it
it
up.
pulled up, dude. We're in the fucking. We're in
If I
podcast
don't,
mode.
if I leave it pulled up, I get all glitchy, and then you start saying that shit, and then we don't talk because you're like, your camera's doing weird stuff.
Well, then start writing it down.
Yeah, in my phone.
Start
Who
writing it
writes anymore?
down physically. I'll write it down. I'll
Who
start writing down
writes
questions for you.
anymore?
I'll aim it at the screen as a cue card.
Who writes anymore? Like,
I have a pen
what?
on my desk, literally,
Who who does that?
and I write like a
That's so weird.
Chinese man that's
So
blind.
weird. That's so weird. Who does that? I don't know. I had a coworker come in and start talking about freaking time travel, and like he was getting real like serious about it. He's like, man, if I could travel back in time, I would do this different. I would do that different. I would totally change my life. What about you? And without missing a beat, I'm like, it would be heroin. I would go back and do a lot of heroin.
That's something
Like,
I would do on my
oh,
deathbed.
heroin, dude.
No, like I had an uncle say that one time. He was like, "If I'm on my deathbed, I'm doing heroin." I was like, "What do you mean?"
Too
He's like,
late.
"I got nothing to lose." I was like, "Fucking respect." Actually, hang on a minute. Like,
Too late. Good luck trying to get heroin now, buddy. It's all fetty.
no, but like for real, like I could not blame my uncle for saying that. Like for real, like if I'm on my deathbed, fuck it, let me try heroin. Like, what's it about? I'm not gonna be. I don't have a long time to waste my life on it. Like, I might go out in the greatest fucking high I ever could have had. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, the dude was pretty shocked at first, but I was just kept staring at him and I nodded a little bit, like heroin. That's when he started laughing.
dude, honestly, actually, if I can go back and rechange anything, it's exactly what I brought before with that girl, and I'm not gonna say anything further than that if she ever
And then
watches
heroin,
this.
right?
And that
And
would
then
be
like a
heroin
lot
right after she
of
took me back.
heroin, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's heroin all the way, mixed with fentanyl mostly. I mean, if I'm not fucking dying,
I
I'm
just
not
thought it
doing
was
it.
like I just thought it was a perfect lead up because he like talked about it for like a real like good 3 to 5 minutes. Like it really was getting annoying. I'm like how he would like do better in life, and I'm like heroin. I would do heroin, especially after listening to that.
I no, I look at it and be like, you know what, man, you're not wrong. This actually that makes me honestly realize that I should have went after what I've really always desired in life. And fuck it, man, I'm becoming a pedophile.
That is just whoa, bro.
Like, out of context, Stumblebums moments.
We ain't doing that.
Just a clip of me going, I'm becoming a pedophile.
Yeah, do it again.
Bring it on, AI. We're testing you.
Whoa, whoa, bro.
No, that's what I would say. If somebody were to be like, what would you do when I pass? You'd be like, I'd fuck that kid.
Just really stop with that. These kind of jokes are not funny. The fact that you're just flippantly saying them is funny to me, but the joke itself is not. How you're just fragrantly saying this shit. What?
Oh, it's so great. It's hilarious. Oh, I literally just threatened to beat the shit out of my nephews today. Like, it's hilarious, too. Like, I'm sitting here talking about this. I'm also threatening to physically harm my family.
Slow down. I mean, your family's fine because they're all kind of like monkey brained anyway, and that's how monkeys communicate. Is
Complete violence.
it's bashing each other up a little bit. So monkey see, monkey do over there. And over there in the wood house.
In the wood house? Way to make it really sound pedophilic.
No, it's just monkeys that live in a wood house.
Okay.
I gotta pause out of you.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my
Oh.
topic, time travel.
Well, I had my answer on that one already. I'm not going to repeat it. um, don't you fucking try to trap me, you son of a bitch.
That whole bit was kind of like a time travel, wasn't it, dude? Did you time travel all the way back to your turn?
No, it wasn't. 'Cause I never actually did that. Don't say yeah. You really went back in time, didn't you? Like, no, motherfucker, I didn't. Like, I imagined a fake scenario jokingly, and you are being like, yeah, reality, huh? Like, fuck
Crazy.
off, honky.
It's crazy that you did that, dude, with
Yeah,
those kids.
there's only like 18 of them.
This is
What? So, what was your favorite Christmas memory? Hell of a
yeah.
transition, right?
I don't know. I was a spoiled ass brat. I got everything I wanted for Christmas. So probably just
Fuck
that, the
you.
easiness of just get stuff.
I want to say my favorite Christmas memory. Okay, so one of them was actually my grandfather bought us a bunch of scratch off tickets, and he does this every year. It's like
Okay, I get something now.
so he
But
gives
yeah,
us like a whole bunch of like scratch off tickets every year, right? And he buys like $50. He gives us like $51 scratch off tickets each. And I look at
yeah,
him every year because there's only one year where I made like $46 off of it. And I was like the highest amount that somebody had made that year or whatever. I just looked at him after that every year. I'm like, just give me $50, dude. Like, so won't give you a chance to make more. And I'm like, motherfucker, just give me $50. like, like I'm an adult. That $50 could mean a fucking week of food. like, not now, but a couple years ago, you know.
yeah. On my mom's side, her dad and their stepmom, I guess it would be my step grandma. Um, for the longest time, after we got done opening gifts, they would break out a whole bunch of Nerf guns and extra ammo and distribute
Oh,
it out to the whole guest. And there was
hell
good like
yeah.
25 of us there,
Hell
everybody
yeah.
armed,
Oh,
and it
hell
was a big
yeah.
house too. It was a big house too, so
Dude, that beats
pretty
a
big.
fucking Thanksgiving football game.
Yeah, and so we would have, ultimate Nerf battle. And one year, I just kept picking up every stray bullet. Like I was just sneaking around, not getting shot, just picking up every extra ammo. And
I'm
eventually,
jealous.
everybody ran out of ammo and was wondering where all the bullets went. And then I just came double
Bah,
wielding,
bah, bah, bah,
trying to
bah, bah.
just trying to shoot and reload at the same time while double fisting. It
So,
didn't work out too well.
anyways, I started blasting.
They all ganged up on me and picked me up upside down and shook all the bullets out of my pocket.
Me with my nephew I was talking about earlier, actually, I would pick up my nephew by his ankles when he was a kid, and I'd be like, "Give me your lunch money, give me your lunch money." I'd be holding him upside down, literally like shaking him.
Yeah. So I just be doing shit. There's a whole war going on, and I had a side mission.
That's fucking awesome, though. That's actually awesome. Like, note to self, actually, if I have my own family, that is a note to self. I would love to have a family wide Nerf gun fight throughout the house or whatever. That's awesome. I'm jealous of that 100%. Because other than that, like,
Sounds fun.
and this is a topic I kind of was hoping that we would, like, kind of like a ping pong kind of thing with. We could go back and forth. Because it reminded me of another one, since you were talking Nerf guns. My dad bought me my shotgun, which is actually right over here, just to show the video of the podcast listeners. He bought me this, maybe not be in the cleanest condition, but this was my first gun I ever owned. It's a break barrel, single shot Harrison Richardson 20 gauge shotgun. But he took me out on Christmas Day and like shot it in the field with him. And I gotta say, that's like probably like one of the best memories I have, like me and my dad. just hanging out, two dudes fucking loading shells up and blowing them. I mean, blowing them. I mean,
You might get CPS called again. Calm down.
okay, fun fact actually, I got into an argument last night. My mom, uh, not the mom I talked about before they did heroin, but my mom that I call now for podcast listeners. And she actually was really mad that I told that story. She's really mad that
Dad
I
thinks
told
it's
that
funny.
story. She's like, "How
Your dad
dare
thinks it.
you?" I'm like, yeah, like that's one of those things. Like, I actually got into an argument with him, and I don't want to like cause an argument again because they hear me talking about this. But it essentially boiled down to like, if you guys can tell everybody about this story, then why can't I? Or
Yeah,
like, if you guys can tell
he can
embarrassing
tell it,
stories about me to everybody, then why can't I tell the embarrassing stories about you guys and us to everybody?
and you guys tell the story. Like I told it, I told it. That's all
Yeah,
that
I mean,
happened.
it's
Like
like even too. It's like it's harmless. You weren't making me suck your dick after school every day, Dad. You weren't.
yeah,
I just wrote it in a
it,
book.
it wasn't like it was a family secret. This
Yeah, like
CPS.
literally, yeah, like it's not Game of Thrones fucking Jamie Lannister and Cersei Lannister fucking each other or anything like. Which Speedy doesn't know what I'm talking about, but anybody that has watched that show, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
It
but
was like it was one of those things. Like I think Dad actually ended the argument because as soon as I brought that up or whatever, he yelled and ended the argument. Which I think he kind of sided with me. It's like, how can we get mad at him for telling stories that we tell everybody else? Like, especially when statute of limitations, first of all, is already out the window. And second of all, literally, obviously, nothing really happened. I'm not saying that you guys actually ever made me do that. Like,
it's a funny story to retell, like
yeah,
you guys do.
exactly,
But
man. Like, that's what it is. Like, it should be more embarrassing for me. But anymore, man, I've learned embarrassing stories that happen to you, you should be able to tell them and laugh at them. Because that's the most beautiful thing about an embarrassing story. Like, you did something so stupid, and it ended up becoming an even bigger, dumber thing. And that's exactly what that CPS story is. And that should be, I want to say, podcast number 2, podcast number 3, maybe even, if you guys want to ever actually, like, listen to that full story.
yeah, it shows growth to what laugh at those awkward moments. But the only gift I still have from childhood, off the top of my head, that I can remember is, well, I can remember two now, but only one's in the apartment right now is my Game Boy Advance SP. Because that shit changed the game for Pokemon when it first came out, dude.
Really? Tell me
Like,
about it. I'm a little interested here.
you don't know about the Game Boy Advance SP?
Game Boy, when I was a kid, was starting to disappear. PSP became a big thing where people were like, pretty small penis. Ha 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 ha. PlayStation
They were
Portable is what
they
it
were
was.
very much running side by side.
Really?
Yeah. If you were in the Nintendo wall garden, because just like iPhone, Nintendo is just as much of a wall garden as freaking iPhone is. That's why I don't have an iPhone. I'm already attached to a wall garden called Nintendo. So
I mean, dude, I literally have an iPhone sitting back there on a table. Okay, it's not back there. Where the fuck did my iPhone go? That's where it
well,
is. I have an iPhone, and I
you
don't
asked
even
me to
keep
talk
track of
about
it.
SPs. No, you're talking about
Sorry.
iPhones.
I'm sorry. Fuck you.
So it was um reason why it's got such a long title is because it was pretty much the same tech as
Okay.
their Game Boy Advance, which was just a big long rectangle. And then the SP took that rectangle, gave it a backlit screen, and since flip technology was big back then, it opened and closed. So it was kind of like a mini laptop that played Pokemon.
Okay, no, hang on a minute. I did have a Game Boy at one point. I just didn't have any games for it, so I never played it.
Did you have a Game Boy? Did you have a Super Game Boy? Did you have a Game Boy Color? Did you have a Game Boy Advance? Did you have a Game Boy
Um,
SP? Did you have Game Boy DS?
dude.
And then all the DS variants?
Okay, no,
Like,
I had the DS like one or whatever. Remember because my mom pawned that for drug money. Um, and then Because I remember too, like that's where I had Lego Batman on, and I fucking loved that game on the DS. And I remember actually like, that was like one of the first devices where when I was younger, I started defying my parents with sleep. You know what I mean? Like I would stay up on my DS, like I'd be like laying on my bed, like. And then they'd start walking up my TV, or not my TV. They walk up my door because Karen would get off of work from Applebee's at like 10 o'clock at night or whatever. And so she like come in to like try to say goodnight to me or like kiss me on the head or whatever. And so like she'd walk up and be like, flip.
Yeah, I know the feeling, man. I've been doing that shit since freaking 1998. I still do it sometimes just for nostalgia. I hide under my covers and act like my parents are coming down the hall.
I did it today actually. I did it today with my own phone. I didn't want to get up to open presents because my family has a tradition of opening Christmas presents on Christmas Eve instead of Christmas Day because my family goes to my grandfather's at like 11 o'clock in the afternoon. And then by the time we get back from my grandfather's, it's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then about 2 hours later, 3 hours later, we're leaving to go to another family's place. And then we don't get back until like 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. So we don't get to enjoy our Christmas gifts basically. And with us being
What the
adults,
next
especially
day's for?
nowadays, well, yeah, but with us being adults nowadays, I don't get the day after Christmas off of work. I had to actually take PTO to get the day after Christmas off. And that's where it is, like, even beyond that. Like, it made more sense to us just to start opening up our gifts because we all knew that Santa Claus wasn't real in our family. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, there's no point in waiting on Christmas, waiting on Santa Claus or whatever. So we started opening up our Christmas gifts on Christmas Eve. And I was. This morning, I expected us to open Christmas gifts, but I didn't really want to be around people this morning. I don't know what it was. I woke up having the worst sleep that I had had in, I would say, honestly, like months. And I just did not want to be around people. I was in my bed until like 1:30 in the afternoon. And I swear to you, for like 2 hours, I was on my phone. And that's where I was saying the DS thing came into effect because somebody would walk up the stairs. I would press the power button on my phone to like click it off, and then be like,
I got to that explanation like 5 minutes ago.
"Yeah, well, fuck you, Smitty.
I knew
I don't
you
care about
I
you.
knew you were heading there.
I don't care, Smitty. Sometimes, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey." As Polly taught me in that movie, that fucking parrot that could speak, but couldn't fly until he believed in himself.
uh, I don't got no Christmas plans this year because my grandma fell down in her driveway and broke her wrist.
Are you
She had
fucking
surgery today.
serious?
Yeah, she had surgery today to fix in a plate and a screw.
I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I really am. That
I
sucks.
mean, she's being funny as fuck right now about it. She's like, "I'm the
Fuck
Grinch
yeah.
that fucked up Christmas."
Fuck yeah. I mean, dude, that's the best kind of mentality to have. I mean,
Well, she's a very go-getting lady, so she's very pissed off. She's getting weighed on hand and foot. So I'm poking fun at her that. I'm like, "Oh, whiny you. You have everything delivered to you right now. Life is so hard.
dude,
Why cry?"
it sounds like my grandma before she died. When she was in the fucking Columbus hospital or whatever, they asked her, they were like, "Where are you?" She was like, "In bed." Like, literally, she, like, every time they asked her a question, she would, like, answer like an asshole. Like, "So, where are you right now?" She's like, "I'm laying in bed." Like, she would answer like stupid shit like that like all the time, dude. Just to, like almost piss him off. Like, and dude, she like was so stubborn too that even though she'd gone through a stroke, she tried to get up in the middle of the night, dress herself, be like, "I'm going the fuck home. I ain't dealing with this no more." Like, she literally was just like, "Screw you guys."
My grandma gets like that, but that's not how she's very go-get 'em. She's just very active. Like
My
3 years
grandma,
ago, she took a solo trip to Alaska
respect
to go look
actually.
to go look at bears.
Hell yeah. I mean, dude, like,
She came back from the trip. She's like, "That's my last one. I stepped in a puddle and hurt my foot."
oh my god.
But at that point, they were like 53 miles out in the brush in bear country.
For me,
So
dude,
kind of understandable.
I give my grandma this credit. Um, she outlasted Ozzy Osbourne, and she did probably as much or even crazier than Ozzy Osbourne, to be real. Like there's just so many crazy stories she did. And the last memory I have of her before she died was she was literally like I would say a month before she died, 2 weeks before she died. That woman was swigging down Tito's vodka and passing the bowl around like it was fucking Christmas today. That woman went out partying, and I wish to God that I go out the same way.
Yeah.
I raised one
Yeah,
to you,
rest
Grandma, and to Smitty's, to
my grandma ain't
grandparents
dead.
everywhere. She will be soon. We're old.
No, my grandma does yoga, dude, and
She's
eats
not gonna live
clean.
forever. I had a great great grandmother
She
that lived to
doesn't drink and she doesn't
99.
smoke. My
I had a great
grandma,
great
my
grandmother
grandma's
that lived to
doing fine.
99. I thought she was never gonna die. I thought she would outlive me. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah, but my grandma's fine. So,
Until I get to her. And what? I'm gonna tear that
that's
granny poo
something I've been
nanny
meaning to
apart,
ask my
Smitty.
grandma, but I just don't have the heart to do it. I kind of think my grandma's lesbian sometimes, but I'm like, I'm not too sure. It's
You know, it's
it's kind of just not my place. That's what always stops myself. Like, yeah, it's not my place.
man. So I got some family downstairs, right? And I told them that I had to come and do the podcast, but really, I just need an alibi from the fucking poison kicks in.
Now you're just gonna emerge all drunk as shit.
What? No, I'm just telling the truth. Like they're gonna be dead by the time we get down there. Every one of them. The dogs, the cats, everybody. This is gonna be my house. Move in with me, brother.
you know, gas rises, right?
Fuck.
If that many things is dying, I'm assuming it's a gas poison. So, gas rises, right?
That's why I looked down at the door, acting like it wasn't like already secured in the way I have it, so that the gas won't come in with the
Unless you
blanket
use a
securing
really
it.
heavy one, but then it'll probably be too heavy to actually kill the people.
Hey,
It'll definitely
Smitty,
get the pets,
Smitty,
but
Smitty,
then
Smitty. There's a reason why I have that under the door right now. The gas ain't getting in here. I'm all safe, okay? Allegedly.
allegedly, I don't know how porous are the walls.
Fuck. This is an old house. I will admit that. By the way, I will admit too. We are in the middle of December, and I still have an AC in my window. And my teeth are not this yellow. It is the lighting. I promise you.
Well, it was like 50 degrees today, so but not like freezing cold.
Oh, crazy story actually to come up here. So, okay, we got into my dad's car on Monday, right? And I had left a Tupperware dish that two Tupperware dishes that had one had corn in it, but not like corn actually in it, like leftover like residue of whatever was in it. And then the other one had like leftover residue of steak in it. And it smelled, like pretty bad and rotten in the car. And so I was like, "Oh man, yeah, that was my fault, right?" And I took the thing out on Monday. Tuesday, we get in the car. It still reeks like ass in the car. Like, I mean, reeks. And my dad's like sitting there and he's like, I'm gonna make you clean out my car because, what you leaked in my car is what is making that smell. And he did make me do it, thank God. Because today we went out to go drive and pick up some ingredients for the food that we need to make today for the Christmas party that we threw. And we get in the car and I look straight at dad and I'm like, dude, it's getting worse. Like that is not steak. And my dad recognizes the smell immediately. He's like, that's decomposition. My dad
Yeah,
left.
I'm like that.
So my dad, to pretext this also, killed a deer this year. He got a deer this year hunting, finally. We didn't get one last year, right? So he left a tarp inside of the trunk from what he thought was covered in blood, right? And he picks up that tarp that he thought was covered in blood. And he's like, this is weirdly heavy. And then he remembers that there is a garbage bag in the middle of that tarp filled with the rib carcass of the deer, all the meat they didn't use that is not usable for hamburger or steaks or blah, 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 the intestines, and all kinds of bones and shit. The man had a decomposing carcass in his car for over a week.
At least it wasn't the whole deer. I thought he left the whole fucking deer.
That would
I
have been
mean,
hilarious.
yeah.
No, but we were joking because we noticed the
Oh
smell,
yeah, I
right? And we
shot
were
a fucking
driving.
deer.
Well, no, we were driving to go get the ingredients for the food, right? And he noticed, like, he pulled all the stuff out, and we were laughing about it because he was even saying like how I had to clean his car out because he thought that was my fault. And I was like, I'd have been so pissed if I had to clean your car out. And then come to learn it's because you fucking left a dead carcass in your trunk. Like, you son of a bitch. Like, but it got even funnier than that because
The
as we're
experiment,
driving
did you
down the
clean it
road,
anyway?
but listen to this. As we're driving down the road, I noticed a sheriff. And I'm like, hey, look, a sheriff. And then we start laughing. And I look at him, I'm like, could you imagine if he pulled us over? Because he would smell the decomposing smell in the car. Because it was still smelly, even after he pulled the fucking body out, I should say. Like, the car still fucking reeked. If we got pulled over by the cops, a seasoned cop would recognize decomposition smell. You know what I mean? And so he
Yeah.
immediately would check the trunk, and he would see because Dad left the fucking pillows in the trunk that were covered in blood, not the body of the deer, just some pillows that were covered in blood on the way to go get the ingredients. So he literally, if the cop pulled us over, would have spent the weekend in jail because there's no way in hell that there were any people in the lab that were able to test that blood until next week. Like my dad, if we got pulled over by a cop, would have been suspected of being a fucking murderer. Like, and I would have supported it. I would have been like, yeah, I fucking watched him do it. He slit that hooker's throat right in front of me. Like, take him to jail.
With reading and abetting.
Like, it would have been hilarious. Oh my god. I really do. Like, it's almost horrible to say, but even he laughed when I said, I almost hope you get pulled over, say you fucking get accused of being a murderer.
Yeah, I
Like,
just want to see you take your way out of this one.
like it would have been hilarious. Like, listen, officer, that's not a dead human. I just left a deer carcass in the trunk. That's not human blood, I promise. Like, I just think, yeah, honestly, God, like that's like one of the most hilarious fucking things that's happened recently to me.
Eh,
Because it still fucking reeks, dude. Like, his car still reeks. Like, if you were to get pulled over, it's immediately like, if that cop is seasoned enough to know a dead body smell, he's gonna be like, I'm going to search your car, sir.
the only thing funny that happened to me was at that play test. One of the other guys brought his pretty much Twilight Light game. It's Twilight, but it doesn't take 10 hours to play.
Fuck that then.
Yeah,
That's the
there's a
beauty of
lot of
Twilight.
attempts at this. I ain't never wanted to play them because I that's one of the appealing things to Twilight to me is that it takes all day. So
Smitty, real
take
quick,
that
we gotta
aspect out.
stop saying Twilight. We gotta stop saying Twilight because we sound we're talking about that gay ass fucking movie, Twilight Imperium. People, the greatest board game ever made.
Yeah, we mentioned it a few times on the podcast already.
Not
So
that gay ass Edward or Jacob.
so in in this dude's 4X game, 4X space game is what it's, the nerds call it, you know. I pretty much got my ass kicked because the one dude had an aggressive faction and he played the game already. It was my first time playing it, and then we were playing with the designer who's played it a bunch because he's got a bunch of playtests under its belt already. He ended up winning, but the one dude just kept attacking me for no reason. He just pretty
Me?
much kingslayed me right from the beginning, and I couldn't do shit. And the way the game was designed, I can only had one action per turn instead of like in how in TI you get to do everything in an
Yeah.
order, you know?
Yeah. You get to
One of
literally
the
just
cool
layer
parts
out that
about
attack.
TI.
Is that a stink
Yeah,
bug? Oh,
one of the,
hell nah.
so like I was very limited what I could do. Like, and by the time like everything clicked on like how his system worked, the dude was already attacking me. So I couldn't do anything I wanted to do. I had to start defending myself. Like, and there was no good way to actually get ahead on defending myself. So it was, I just had a really terrible time. And then like, I tried pointing it out because instead of winning just by points, if another faction is completely eliminated, the game ends. So I'm like, oh, this is very how much like Europeans play TI. So I just kept telling the designer, I'm like, the dude already wiped me halfway out. How about you just come in here and take out the rest of me and end this? Like, he pretty much handed you the victory because he was ahead in victory points. I'm like, and then the dude kept attacking me. You think after I said that to the designer, who's also competing in the game, wouldn't you be like, oh, yeah, why am I attacking this dude? I should attack points leader so we don't win.
I
No,
mean,
dude kept
yeah,
attacking
that's
me.
pretty ridiculous, sounds like.
Yeah, and then so after the game, like I was trying to get it out of him why he was doing it. He's like, I don't know, I just have no rhyme or reason why I started attacking people. And then, me and the designer was talking and I mentioned that. I'm like, I didn't know how else to say it to this dude without sounding rude. And then he's like timed in, he's like, I just focus in on somebody when I start attacking. I'm like, oh, so there was a rhyme and reason. Hatred.
Damn right, Smitty. I hate you enough to ask if I can take a piss break real quick.
Yeah,
I'm doing
pause
the
it.
piss dance. Alrighty. Is this the pause button? I got tinnitus in my nostrils, and I'm hearing colors. But I definitely think that chick from Taco Bell is not going to call back. You know? And that hurts.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she was asking for dick, but you gave her crack, so that was probably the reason why.
Well, no, I told her that she's to remember the tongue lashing of the serpent can only be cleansed by the storm of the sea. But for some reason, she acted like the Mad Hatter without a hat is no longer mad.
Um, Sounded like she got out better than that Applebee's hostess that you killed last week. So,
I mean, if I did a backflip, the Kraken would fucking roll a Yahtzee, you know? Like, it's just an if and and, you know? Like, you just can't expect things. But
yep.
what if Christmas was in the summer? What do you think Christmas would be like in the summer? I'm actually wondering, like, would it be really different? Or would we be like outside barbecuing like we would be like 4th of July?
I don't know. I always heard the seasons flip on the other side of the world, so just go to Asia or something during December and you'll experience Christmas in the summer.
I heard something actually, and I don't know if this is racist or not, but it's like apparently on like Thanksgiving we tricked either like Chinese or Japanese people to believe that like we eat KFC on Thanksgiving or something like that. And so like
Yeah.
KFC and Thanksgiving or China is like their most like hugely profitable year or day in the year.
Yeah, that's legit. I've heard that. I've heard that
Okay.
several times.
Okay, so I'm definitely not crazy for that one then. That's
Yeah.
insane. That actually is. We eat turkey, y'all. It's turkey or ham with pineapples on it. I don't prefer the pineapple to be real. I'm not a pineapple fan,
If
but
you're really bougie, you cater Bob Evans.
who in the fuck has done that? My family's never done that. What the fuck are you talking about? My grandpa slaves on that turkey.
That's what I'm saying. If you're really bougie, you have somebody else do the cooking for you. Like I said, dude, I was a spoiled fucking brat.
That's insane because I'm white and you're not.
Yeah, well, just,
Sometimes we have to add a little light racism to the podcast, everybody. Okay, just fucking relax. Okay, it's all in fucking good intention. I'll throw hands with everybody. Sorry, I'm getting angry, Smitty.
every time I got grounded, I got sent out to the guest house right next to the tennis courts, which, to be fair, was the lamest out of all of our
And
courts.
when I shot that kid with a BB gun, I hid all of the fucking Nerf race car tracks, so my dad would hit me with those. But instead, he used a lightsaber. I deserved it though. Just so y'all know, I deserved it. I shot a kid with a BB gun out of anger. I deserved to get my ass beat. And I'm being real. If you didn't get your ass beat as a kid, you didn't fucking. You have no actual true respect for authority.
I got my ass beat for a lot of shit. I
And you
got
have
my
a
ass beat one
respect.
time at Walmart because my mom was trying out a spatula.
But you know what I mean? Like, and that's where it is. Like, I will say this right now. I will spank my own kids growing up. Or not growing up, but like, if I do have my own kids, I will. And it's because of that. Like, that is what actually made me able to realize, like, right and wrong. You can't tell me, don't do that. And then I do it, you know what I mean? And then be like, don't do that again. Unless you actually, like, bust my ass to give me something to be like, I don't want to go through that again if I do that again. It's like prison sentences. To be real, y'all. That's like a prison sentence to a kid. Getting stuck on the corner, getting your ass whipped, being grounded for a true grounding, too. Because grounding in the way in this generation is nothing like it was when I was a kid, dude. Like,
I can say I'm only gonna physically punish my kids a really quick, really light, out of the blue, like
punch him
tap
in the
on the
mouth.
mouth, like your mom would give you, just a really quick pop.
My
And
dad
that's the
spanked my
most
ass.
physical punishment I would do. What I would do if they are really being disciplined, I'm going to start thinking of a lot of pointless chores. And there's a lot of pointless shit that I can think of.
He did that to me
I
later
made,
on.
I made,
After spankings weren't worth it.
I made the
Sorry.
youngest stepkid I have move a cinder block around the backyard. I would make him pick it up,
Dude,
walk
that's
it
fucking
across.
Auschwitz work. You fucking put him through Holocaust work. Move that boulder over there. Now move it back.
Yeah,
Like, you put him
and
through fucking Auschwitz work. Literally. Literally.
and I think that and it did a lot. And it did a lot
It
because I
did.
made
No,
him.
it did,
He
yeah.
moved it. He moved it about a good 20 to 25 times before he asked me, "Why am I doing this?" I'm like, "Sometimes when you
Because
play a
you're a
stupid
Jew.
game,
Sorry.
sometimes when you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yeah. And I mean, my dad, like, he did the same
This
thing to
is your
me.
stupid prize. You get to move a heavy rock back and forth until I get bored of you moving this heavy rock, and then I'm going to find you something just as dull and just as tedious as moving that rock back and forth."
But I can also say, though, from my own perspective, too, like, I never once or okay, I should say when I reached a certain age and realized that other kids didn't get spanked like I did, you know what I mean, or didn't get, reprimanded the way I did, and that they would technically call it abuse with other people. And that's what's really pathetic is that people actually technically call what my dad did to me growing up abuse. I earned every licking that man ever gave me. I'll say that right now. But people will
Assumed every
say
kid got spanked, and we were all very much embarrassed by it, so I never once brought it up.
I brought it up because because you gotta remember, my generation, people started bringing up the whole, I'm being abused by my parents, and my parents are blah blah. Like that was a part of my big generational pool thing. And so when I shot a kid with the BB gun, and my dad whipped my ass with a lightsaber, I said something actually to the principal, and I will admit to you guys that this is the one time I've ever snitched somebody out, and it's the more shaming factor that it was my father that I was trying to snitch out. But I was like, my dad's gonna beat my ass with a blah blah. Like I got the bruises still. I even tried to show the bruises off, but they had disappeared by then actually. And so my dad actually he pulled me upstairs. And he's like, "So You try to call CPS on me, you motherfucker? Busted my ass even more. But I deserved it, obviously. I deserved it. I did. 100% looking back. I deserved it. That man did his best for me growing up, and I was a little asshole. But even beyond that, it's just that. Like, if you have a kid like me, in which if I have a child, he's going to be like me, you have to bust some ass. You have to. And otherwise, you get stuck with these kids that you have nowadays who are too terrified to throw a fucking fist before they pull out a gun. Like, literally, it's that, in my opinion. Like,
There's a lot of other shit that goes into that, and there's that's just not a fun topic for our
it's
podcast.
not. I'm
So
sorry, yeah. It is.
yeah,
We just
be
got
a
a little
Christmas topic.
sidetracked there, but Christmas topic. Best gifts I actually got besides that was my father when him and Karen split up, which obviously does not sound happy, but it was for him. He bought me a PlayStation 3 with God of War 3 and then my first ever Call of Duty. Call of Duty Black Ops. He got me those, and then he also got me an electric Razor scooter, which at that point actually almost felt like a real rich kid thing to have. And if you knew anything about my family, for in the past, um, my dad and my family used food stamps. I'm not gonna say we were on food stamps, but we used them. I'm not gonna tell you how we got them, but it was that like, you know what I mean? Like, and so for me to get a PlayStation 3, and I also got a bicycle that year too. I got a Mongoose green bicycle, and then an electric Razor scooter. Like that was the most rich that I ever felt like I ever could have felt in Christmas. I mean, I couldn't imagine because I would ride that scooter everywhere. I played that PlayStation. Actually, no, I will say my dad played my PlayStation probably more than me. But even then,
Nice
like,
to hear that the Christmas have a good Christmas every once in a while. I'm glad you got fortunate.
man, it was that. Like, he really did. Like, he
It
went
sounds like
all out
typical
that one year
Christmas
for
for
us,
my
man.
Christmas.
Dude, and like that was like to be honest, that was the only other Christmas I ever had like that. Where and it was special because I remember it was just him alone. Was he got me a whole bunch of because I'll tell you all right now. I am a
It's a
huge
typical kind of
Star Wars nut. My
I
dad
mean,
bought me these
get the games
fucking.
either.
Sorry, what?
I'm just trying
No,
to
go
be
ahead.
a
Say it.
spoiled rich kid. I'm trying to be a spoiled rich kid on top of your sappy story, just to like be
Well, no, I will
be
admit,
a
like
devil's
we're
advocate.
not poor
I'm
anymore
like,
at all.
actually, it's actually not sounding so normal. It's actually kind of sounding lackluster. Like you didn't get no games with that neither. Like they just
I got two
gave you what
games with my
three gifts
PlayStation.
and that was it.
I got two games on my PlayStation. And they're worth it because I
Just
didn't
two
play games
games. You
enough.
should at least get five. See, like,
But dude, actually, I should say this. He did get me that bike that Christmas. That was the Christmas where I got the PlayStation and the what you would call it, scooter. But the next
did you get
Christmas
up for?
or whatever, I remember he got me like 3 or 4 lightsabers because I was a huge Star Wars nut. And then he also got me the bicycle. And it was nuts, man. Like it was to me. Like for him to be able to afford that much for us and just do that much for us was insane because the gifts that my own actual birth mother gave us, dude, were just you could tell they were like she went to Goodwill and found them basically. You know what I mean? They were like hand-me-downs basically.
Hey, at least she thought for like a second, other than next
Well, yeah.
fix.
But there was also plenty of times where she wasn't even there for my
At
own
least
damn
the addict
birthday.
mind slowed down for a second. It might have been, the 2 seconds right before she would planned on coming over there, but it's the thought that counts. And it was 2 seconds of it. So you
Well, I'll say
gave
this
it two
actually. A
seconds
lot of
to
our
get
toys that we
it.
got were actually from. Sorry,
Then
but
you
I
got a
remember.
30 seconds.
I'm sorry, but I remember now. Our toys that we got a lot of times were from some kind of church toy drive in which people would like donate like um, the like old plastic bins or whatever that I used to call a toy box because that was my toy box growing up. Just so y'all know, the plastic bin that you can put a lid on, the fucking big ass, blah blah. She got a
Like,
couple of those from a
oh, that
church
is so
donation,
important.
and so I
Like,
had a fuck ton of like Bionicles, in which I didn't know were called Bionicles at the time, and a whole bunch of other toys that I had no idea what were called. I had a remote control car that didn't work. Um, wow, my childhood sounds really fucking depressing the more I look back on it.
yeah, you don't make it sound funny neither. Trauma can be funny.
I thought it was a good time. Actually, I'm being real. I thought it was a good time. I had a fucking
You
submarine
don't make it
and blah
sound
blah
like
blah.
it. You don't make it sound like it when you're looking back.
Well,
You talk yourself into depression while
dude,
talking back on
that's
it.
what it is. I am. Like, the more I look back into my actual past from this fucking podcast, I'm like, holy shit,
No,
dude. Like, this is actually sad. Oh my
yeah, you've
god.
been talking yourself into depression all podcast. Like I made a facial expression for it earlier.
You know, all
I
right,
hope
I'm
the
gonna add
crowd
the
gets
extra
it.
level to this too. You know, how everybody has like childhood things they can put in their Christmas tree that has like their footprint, their like handprint or whatever they made at school to put on the tree. Yeah, well, Karen lost all of ours in a fucking storage unit when she went to prison, so everything I had as a kid is gone. But be happy, everybody. I am.
Yeah, like you don't deliver that punch funny. Like
I cry myself to sleep.
it's
I've thought about suicide many fucking times.
I think every woman's gonna treat me like my mom.
That's actually not wrong.
Baby steps, baby steps. At least you're starting to get it.
Hey man, I've learned that if you can't fucking laugh at your own stupid ass trauma, then you really have a problem. Like, honestly,
You
God,
can
like
do
everything
you
I
can
look
do
at,
it
like it's all just so
gently having
hilarious.
fun.
No, look, it's all just so hilarious to me when I look back at all of it. I'm just like, wow. I let all of these things really truly affect my own actual mentality, trying to go forward in life too, with how I treat people and how I expect people to enter my life or like blah blah. Like, it's so pathetic. Like, it makes me laugh all the time when I think about how I was with how I think about people now. But I do want to think of this. What do you think about Christmas as we get older? And do you have a topic? I'm sorry. Do you have a topic? Give us a topic.
I mean, we still haven't got to this Christmas one that we've been trying to get at, so
Well, I don't give
I'll
a fuck.
answer it real quick. I'll answer it real quick. Um, I'm a spoiler, so Christmas is all about that. Like, I've been spoiled my entire life. I know what it's like to do a good spoil. I very much enjoy the facial expressions, and I don't care if it lasts for 2 weeks in your life and it ends up underneath your bed or in your closet or in the trash. I got what I wanted at the transaction. So, like,
Makes
kudos
sense.
me. I win Christmas. I win Christmas best gift, which is pretty much how I play Christmas. It's always this competition.
So
Like
where's my
it's
fucking
best
gift then,
gift
Smitty?
competition. I'm bored as shit, so I'm not participating in Christmas this year. I did get a good. Oh, you're not hearing me. But if you want to, oh,
I thought about quitting, but then I realized that I'm the one that has to end the podcast if it does end.
but if you want to send me something, my Xbox controller gave out on me. If you got an extra Xbox controller laying around, you could totally just ship me one.
I
You
actually
know,
literally, this is my extra Xbox controller.
hey,
So I got
hey,
this one.
hey, you want to put that in a flat priority mailbox and put my address on it?
Actually, I'll be real. I can send you both of these because I think this one has a slight stick drift, and then this one has something else wrong with it. But I'll send you both. You can figure out which one you'll work with. Because I'm gonna be ordering a new one soon because I keep using my controller for Dead Island streams, and with
Ham
that
down.
stick drift and all that
Dibs,
stuff.
dibs on
So
ham downs. Dibs on ham downs. Dibs. Put them in a box. Send them
no,
my way.
it's not dibs. I just told you I'd fucking send them to you.
So, I'll call it dibs anyway.
What, you gonna worry that your fucking neighbor has dibs? Like,
Dibs
actually, I'm
and
gonna text him real
doses.
quick.
Dibs
Do what?
and doses. Dibs and doses.
You know, Smitty, my first time having sex was like my first high school football game. I was bloody and sore at the end, but at least my dad came.
You definitely said that one before, but you didn't tell
You could have
you didn't
fake
tell me
laughed,
what
you
you think of
prick. You could have fake laughed. You could have been like, instead, you were like, yeah, no. Instead, you were
You
like,
didn't
I'm
tell
a
me what you
prick
thought
and
about
you're not
Christmas.
funny.
You didn't tell me what you thought about Christmas
What I think
future,
about Christmas
whatever
as I
your
get older,
future is.
I don't want gifts either, especially. I don't think Christmas should be about giving out gifts anymore. I think Christmas should be even more about getting together with the family that you don't even normally see. It's just that. Like, you should use the Christmas time to get together with people that you might not normally see or just cherish and all that stuff. Like, that's what it is. I believe more in just seeing
To show up
and hanging out
empty-handed,
with people. I don't need a
and then rude
gift.
to show up empty-handed.
No, I'll
It
be
don't even
real.
have
Like,
to be gift. Bring like food. That's still a gift.
okay, yeah, I'll do that. Like, it's just that. Like, we can
Yeah,
hang out,
like
eat some good
isn't it
food,
rude to show up
hang
empty-handed,
out.
a stick in hand? Like,
But it's that to me. Like, when else does the entire family get together and hang out other than Christmas and Thanksgiving, or maybe Fourth of
yeah,
July and all that stuff? Like, you should really just like it shouldn't be that aspect just because you're coming together and you're giving gifts to each other. Like, I don't know, it does. Sometimes it disappoints me in that factor. And that's where it feels bad that I don't buy gifts for people at Christmas because I don't really. I could if you didn't give me a gift and I got no gifts for Christmas, I'm not going to feel bad. I'm not going to feel left out. I'm not going to feel any kind of aspect of that. It's because I feel as though my gift for Christmas is truly just seeing the people I love, watching them be happy, and hanging out with them. Because we don't always hang out and we don't always see each other because our lives get so busy and we get so lost in the way that we are.
well, that's what Christmas is for. Yeah, gifts are supposed to be this side thing, but the way it's marketed, people think it is all about gifts. In the way some people, like I am, I view Christmas as a competition. So yeah, I'm part of that marketing scheme. So like, if that's how you want to view Christmas, do Christmas that way. No one's stopping you, you
And that's why
know.
it is like I feel bad
And
though because I don't buy gifts
I
for
think
people, and then I get gifts
like
from
the
all these
last
people, and
like,
I'm like,
3 years, I gave gifts to my best friend, and I didn't get shit in return, and I wasn't expecting anything in return, and I was just stoked that I freaking nailed it. You know,
"Well,
like his
dude, I feel
expression
really bad."
was what I wanted. Like, like that's all I wanted. That's all I was expecting. Like,
Well, no, I feel really bad because my sister, the one that I really love as my sister, she sent me. She says, "Hey, happy holidays. I hope you have an awesome Christmas." And she asked for my address so she can send me something that she found for me. I haven't seen it yet. I have no idea what it is. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, next time let me know you're buying something for me at least, so then I can buy you something. Like, I hate that. I hate getting something and not having something ready for somebody else. Because it's just that. Like, I'm not expecting a gift from anybody. And so I'm not expecting to have to give gifts to anybody. And that sounds really selfish, actually. That really does, the more that I say that.
dude,
But
they just dropped this on you. They're really probably not expecting that you have something ready for them.
I
That's
feel bad
okay.
about that.
I think you're putting more feelings on this than what it normally just is. And if they
Who the
do
hell do you
have,
think I am?
and if they don't think that way, then clearly something else is going on with them because that's not how normal people think when it comes to gift giving in Christmas time. Like you do it out of the goodness of your heart, not because you're trying to get something out of it.
And yeah, I get that. And like that is true. I just feel bad, man. When somebody gets me something, I don't have something for them. It's just
I
like
want to
it's like one of
say
those things, man. Like,
you
ugh.
are missing the forest through the trees. Like, I just you got too much on it, kid. You're yeah.
Hit us with a topic, Smitty. Hit me with a topic. Bring something up.
I got exposed to this idea of how rituals work,
What?
and it's rituals. You know,
Rituals.
like
Okay. Yeah, rituals. Okay.
yeah, most people like assume it. You know, like people got to like gather in a
Sacrifice a goat.
circle, and have like a weird book from a weird time in a weird language, and like have like a leader and like whatnot. But like the way I got exposed to it, like anything can become a ritual, just a daily routine, and the energy that
Oh,
you put
summon
into that.
Oh, summon Sorry, well, I was doing a ritual.
Yeah, and the energy that you put into that invokes whatever spirit that you bring out. So, like, even something just like angrily hitting a button over and over again could bring an evil spirit about, you know?
I mean,
Just
I
something
have
as
been
simple
known
as
as
that.
an evil spirit.
So, I don't know. I've been toying with that idea a lot. Like, and like when I do find myself doing something routinely, I try to be a little bit more happy. Therefore, I don't bring nothing bad in.
No, you're
Like
not
I
wrong on that. Like I've been trying to stop myself from having negative thoughts about people, or like when I'm like working and stuff like that. Like we look at somebody and you're just like, oh man, like what's that guy fucking doing compared to me? Like that guy's just always doing blah blah. Like I have to stop thinking negative thoughts. Is like my biggest thing. Like I'm trying to really incorporate with myself, trying to, especially in the morning, wake up and like start my day off right. Like I'll try to watch something funny to make myself laugh and like kind of put myself in already a joyous mood, if that makes sense. Because I've
yeah,
realized
but
that it's 100% that. Like when you walk into the situation with a negative mindset, you're going to only generate negativity and you're only going to get negativity. But if you can try to walk into the situation with a positive mindset, then you have a better chance of getting more positivity out of it.
yeah, but until you take what I said and I hyperfixate on it like I do, like everything could
I
be a
do
ritual.
too.
Like
Well,
everything that I do within a given day could be the ritual that the demon or spirit is trying to get through, whatever entity it wants to be. So
that's
I get
psychotic.
out of bed. I get out of bed and walk out of my room the same way every morning. That could be a ritual.
Well, I
I
mean,
walk down the hallway pretty much in the same path of the hallway every time. Like that could be the ritual. Like, like
okay, I get where you're coming from here, but
yeah.
this one
So
throws me
like
off with it.
I have to be happy in all these situations, which is leading into the situations you were talking about. Like it starts even smaller, buddy.
Dude, okay, fuck you. I'm so in my head most of the time. I don't think about how I'm walking. Like, is the way I'm walking weird? Does it look weird? Is this normal to how other people walk? Um, literally, no. Fuck you. I am so in my head most of the time it comes down to other people. Like,
Co-siding with another thought.
and no, I'll be real. Like this podcast is actually one of the only things where I've actually really truly come to be myself. I really can just say what I feel, say how I feel, what I've gone through, and how I feel like I live, and I can truly just mean it without anything holding me back. And I'll even go beyond this. Where you talking about that whole thing? I've been on anxiety medication. I'm gonna shake it and move it around so that nobody can hold their focus on it, but I've been on anxiety medication because my entire life I never once had anxiety until I started having it out of nowhere. And moving beyond that, man, it's just that like I'm terrified of people knowing that I'm on anxiety medication because it's just like, what are they gonna think about me? Am I a pussy? Am I terrified of a leaf falling off of a tree? Like,
But think of this.
Spinny, put it away. Spinny, put it away. I need it. Where is it at? Where did my pill bottle go? No, but it's just I get in my head. It is that I get in my head, and it hits me, and I get
That's
locked
what she
in it
said.
somehow, and it's so stupid. I've never had that in my life before, because I've always been somebody that I wanted all eyes on me. I'll admit that. I've always wanted all eyes on me, as Tupac said. But it's like when the moment that all the eyes turn onto me, the anxiety hits me. And I'm like, what do I say? What do I do? Fuck. What if I look stupid? Oh no. Oh,
I don't have anxiety. I get anxious, but I get anxious in the good way where I just get excited. I'm not like anxious, scared. I'm anxious, happy.
I'll
Like,
get shaky.
like, when's this shit gonna pop off? When's this shit gonna pop off?
Dude, it's really bad for me because when I was talking about how I went to get that raise before for the job, and that's all I'm going to talk about for the job. When I went to go talk to the president to get that raise or whatever, the owner of the company was there, and dude, I'm not kidding you. I almost felt like I was sobbing when I was trying to explain what came. I was like, well, like I never once had that feeling come over me before. Like I was just trying to say how I felt, but as soon as I tried to like start talking like that, I almost felt like I was about to start crying out of like anger that I was trying to hold back. If that makes sense, like at all. But it really was like I was just like so angry
Sounds
and
like your first time at the rodeo. That's how I
no,
call it. That's
no. My
that's
first time
that's
at the
what I call
rodeo, I
those
rode that bull and I got fucked up.
that's what I call those situations. It's that's just rodeo time, and that just is like your first time in that type of rodeo.
It was. It
Like,
felt like, if I'm being honest, it felt like I was called back to the principal's office when I did something wrong.
yeah, that's a rodeo time.
Like that. That's
Yeah,
what the closest feeling I could say that it was to that. It truly
it's
just felt
rodeo
like that.
time. Yep, I call that rodeo time. And
But I can also say
I've
though
been.
too with the rodeo story, I have a good rodeo story. Have I told that one on the podcast?
No,
That's a
I don't.
great
I
one.
don't.
All
You
right.
told me it before, but not on the podcast. No,
All right. So,
from my recollection,
all right. While I'm
recollection,
telling this
recol.
story, I will try to see
Rec-
if I can find the video at all for it. So, we went ahead and me and my buddy Kyle and Caleb went to the rodeo that's near our place, whatever, near this place. I shouldn't say near. It's like a good hour away. I can't remember where the hell it exactly is. But their whole entire slogan was drunk, want to ride a bull, pay $20. And I'll tell you this much. I was hammered and I wanted to ride a bull. And so I paid $20. And I lasted, I'm not kidding you, like 3 seconds on that bull. It went, so they tell you when you want to go, right, and you're on the bull, you lift your arm like this. And as soon as I did this, the thing opens and you're like, and then I was gone. Literally, it took like $3 and I was gone. But what happened was I came all the way down on my right leg and twisted my like right kneecap out of place. And so I was hobbling and I jumped over the or tried to get over the fence. What? What?
And then the bull bent you over and fucked you in the ass.
Spitty, that was between us, dude. Um,
Um,
no, but
sorry,
I tried
I
to
was
climb over
just
the
joking.
fence, and what happened was when we were over the fence, my
The
dumb
bull
ass
fucked you.
put the kneecap that was out of place as the like weight of putting all my body on to go over. And so my kneecap gave out again, and I came down on the bar and went with my nuts. And I slid off to the left and hit my shoulder off of the ground with a good like 6 foot fucking drop. Oh my god, my chair started tipping. Just trying to tell this story. And literally, the only thing I remember like after like hit my shoulder on the ground was getting
No
up in
way.
complete pain, and I'm sitting there and I'm like fucking what you would call it, not lagging. I was call it lagging, um, limping. I was limping out of the building, and I limped all the way to Kyle's car. Fucking pulled out a cigarette as I walked all the way there. I was smoking that cigarette. Got to his car, pulled out my fucking dabs, and hit my dabs, and then pulled out another beer and was just sitting there like, because dude, I'm not kidding you. It was for like 2 days after that, my kneecap was out of place, and then I finally popped it back into place, and it was like everything was fixed, no problem, nothing happened.
No problems.
Dude, it was. I popped it back into place, and it hurt like a son of a bitch for a split second. But then, like 2 minutes after that, I was like, I can move my knee again.
Yeah, you just put all your weight on it. That's
I literally,
all
yeah,
that
like
happened.
when I fell, I put all of it on it.
Yeah. Me, I probably would have just taken a bump and had to get up real quick. So I would have landed on my daughter's side and be like, "Come on."
Trying
But
to see if
that's
I can
just,
find the video.
because I took that pro wrestling training. It was amateur wrestling training. It was not a professional camp.
Don't let him lie. This man is a seasoned professional wrestler. Do you know how many dicks
I
he's
wish
sticking in
I
the
was,
ass?
I wish I was, man. If I was just a little bit taller, I would have pursued that career. But once I got in the ring and realized the freaking top rope was like right here on me,
Did you
I'm like, this
not
is
hear
not
what I
going.
said?
Yeah, I heard what you said. But you ignored a lot of my dick and ass jokes too, so I was just ignoring it like you ignored mine.
Yeah, well,
So I'm
I
gonna start
always
doing.
ignore you. I mean,
Did you hear what I said?
Smitty, I always ignore you. What you say is unimportant. I'm the fucking face of this show. I'm the complete image. I'm amazing, okay? God chiseled me out of marble for all of humankind to
That
love.
was the best compliment I ever got. I blushed at that dude. I'm like, well, thank you.
Oh, so Smitty, we go ahead and end the podcast here. We are at 132. Unless you have another pod or another thing you want to bring up, I can bring up another one.
Yeah. Suspense. Topic for another time. Leave it down in the chat to figure out what Gabe was about to say.
What was I
We
gonna
are the.
do? You never know.
Yeah, he don't use his turn signal. You never know his next move.
I'll shit my
So
pants and clap.
we've been this Stumblebums podcast. I've been your host, unsurprised Schmitty Schmidtzilla. That is your other host, G Twisted. We out.
Go and follow us on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. Every little bit that you guys do means the absolute most to the channel. And most of all,
Share.
leave a comment of your favorite part of the podcast. Whether it's me
Share.
screaming at Smitty, and even leave a little bit of your own possible, what should we call it,
Put this on
criticism.
while you speak.
And
Put this
Smitty,
on while you
shut up.
speak.
Smitty, shut up. I'm trying to talk to these guys. Okay, I like them, not you. Okay, they're cooler than you. You're
So
fucking
hit the
stupid.
replay button when
You're
it
a loser,
ends.
Smitty. Shut
Look
up.
at my
They're
face.
cooler than
Look at
you.
my face.
My
Look at my face.
God,
Don't listen to him.
Smitty, shut up.
This is our
Okay,
time.
I
This is
fucking
our
hate
time.
this guy. You know this
No one
guy.
can even hear him
I hope he
anymore.
fucking burns in
Just
hell.
me.
I will
It's
slit
just
his
me,
fucking
the
throat
tranny,
and watch his
and his
blood
body.
run over
You
the
know,
rock that I do it
guys,
on.
you guys have to leave in the
I
comments.
swear.
Poll it.
No.
Which one
Mm-mm.
is the tranny? Obviously, it's me.
He's a
So,
eunuch. He
you know.
has no dick.